Hello. Welcome everyone. Okay, let me get the windows up. Got this thing. You got that window, you got this window right here. Check it out, guys. Alright, we got the social distancing going on right here. Literally right here. Okay, let me lower the volume a little bit. It's a little bit loud. It's probably fine. Anyway, welcome everyone. We're back. It's Wednesday again. I feel like my voice sounds different today. I don't know. I think it's just me. But anyway, welcome Duck, welcome Stream Elements, welcome Z Contacts, welcome Shima Panic, welcome Lemno. How do you pronounce that? Lemno? Is that fine if I just call you Lemno? Yes, everyone. Do I actually have a favorite fish? I do not. I do not have a favorite fish. I think Stream Elements is broken. Normally it says, doesn't it normally say Wolfus is live and then it says streaming and then the name of the game? And then it says, the actual title of the stream. I notice every time I shout people out this time, it always just, it doesn't actually include their channel name. Stream Elements fricked up. What kind of fish do I have? I don't even know the name of it. It's like a red fish of some sort. Actually, I wonder if we can find the name of it. Common redfish. Let me see if I can see... If I can find... Nope, not these. Common redfish as pets. Does not look like any of these. Definitely not any of these. It's a little bit like this one, sort of. Except much larger. I don't know. I don't know the name of the fish. If anyone here know fish, you guys know fish? It's none of these. It's none of these fish. What about these? It's not these either. I have no idea. Yeah, type of fish, red. Do I give common redfish a name? No. Do people normally name their fish? I don't. I could use my phone and Google Lens to identify the species. I guess I could. I could. Hypothetically, probably, if I really wanted to. Naming pets is normal? Yes. Probably. That sounds like a very normal thing to do, but these fish, this fish does not have a name. It's just there. It's just living its life. Anyway, so this is the first stream. The first stream where I actually put on my headset and I don't have long hair now. I got a haircut on Sunday last time. And, you know, when I first got this haircut, sorry, not this haircut, this headset, I had long hair. I've never worn this with short hair. And then the first time I put it on, I'm just like, what the heck? This is so weird. I don't have to, like, adjust my hair to put on the headset. I don't have to, like, you know, no, it's like on the back of my head. There's no extra hair over here. It's weird. Also, welcome Deffins. Glad I was able to make it to a stream. Glad you're here. Makes it just calling it Wallfish? No, I'm not gonna name it. I'm not gonna give this fish a name. It's about to... It's in the last days of its life. It'll live the rest of its life peacefully. Just out there on the fish tank. But yeah, the haircut. It's nice having short hair. It was cool. Does that mean I can get sunburn? Sunburn. No. Because I don't go outside. If I did go outside, sure, probably. But I mean, usually when I go outside, I'm not like outside in the sun for long periods of time. like usually when I'm going outside, it's mostly to do something else indoors, right? Like I'll walk to the train station, and then like for a while I'll be in the train, and then once I get off the train I go into like another building somewhere. So very rarely am I actually going to be like in a place where I could get sunburn. Also in New York there's a lot of tall buildings and there's a lot of shade usually, so it's unlikely for there to be sunburn. Also welcome X-Job. I turn into lobster easily if I spend time in the sun. I always have to pace myself with sunblocker. Yeah, you probably spend more time in the sun than I do. I don't. I simply do not just go outside often. Also welcome Choco Jacks. Yeah, that's New York. Out here in New York. Anyway, so it's another edition of Fishing Wednesdays. You know, maybe I'll actually start off this stream with fishing. Sometimes I just start off this stream and then we don't actually fish until like 45 minutes into it. Not today though. I'm doing it right now. I'm gonna be fishing right now, actually. There it is. Look, we were fishing. Okay, that was an awful cast. Absolutely not even good. Here, that's a good one. Also, welcome Cole. Is that a fish pog emote? Watch M70 fish pog. Watchmaker plus. That's cool. Let's see, by the way, I still have the Comic Kit Dojinshi with my art, the second New Horizon one. That was the first Dojinshi I ever asked someone to get. That's cool. I don't think that one is in print anymore. I think if you check online, the only one that's still really around is the 3rd edition. I think that one's still on sale. The second one, you don't see that every day. But that's cool. But yeah, anyway, today, this is the first fishing stream since the layoff. Isn't that wacky? Remember last week when I was streaming this and I was like, oh man, they're gonna lay off all the contractors? That's so weird. It's so sudden. I hope that doesn't mean anything for me. And then the next day, the layoffs happened. I was like, what the what the heck? Also, welcome Inflow. If I can, I'd like to have you sign it someday. Probably unlikely. I've never really signed anything. And then we would also need to like meet up in person, and then me as someone who doesn't go outside, I don't even know. Also, welcome Rockin' Panda. Don't whack it. They're not even whack. But yeah, the timing on that was kind of funny. It's like I was talking about it on stream, literally like the day before it happened. It's like, man, I didn't expect all the contractors to be gone by the end of the week. The funny thing is that they're still there, because the contractor's last day is on this Friday, I think. And so they got more notice than the full-time employees did. Yeah, that was the foreshadowing. As soon as it happened, I was like, oh man, that's something. I wouldn't have guessed what happened to me, but it did. I'm prepared. I was a little bit prepared though. It's like as soon as that was announced, I was like, yeah, that's happening. Current job, I managed to turn a 40-hour month position into a 40-hour week position through proper hard work and stuff. Now I'm basically unfireable unless I screw up. You should not say that. You you do not. I guess firing is different from layoffs. I guess, I don't know. Maybe if you're not fireable, you could still be laid off. You never know. You never know. You never know. I thought that way. Anyway, I was like, the thing I was working on wasn't too important, so I wasn't too surprised. But I had some doubts. I was like, this thing that I've been working, I'm a bit surprised though. Like I've been there for like 9 months. I joined in September, and in that time there, I feel like Our team didn't accomplish that much. Like, we tried a lot to do stuff, but then there were like limitations, you know, infrastructure stuff, dependence on other teams to do stuff, and then, you know, the thing that I was working on never actually made it to production, really. It was sort of like about to be used in production, like literally maybe like next week even. But then, you know, it's like it's not critical to the company, and also they needed to save money. So that's what happened. That's just how it goes. Wear fireproof hazmat suit for what? Oh, for not getting sunburned. True. But it must be like really, really hot in there, right? Yo, check it out. We got the fish. Look at this fish. Bam. But that is my life now. I've submitted 7 job applications. And now I'm just waiting. That's the most annoying part. It's like, I don't mind if I do an interview and I fail, but it's more like, you know, you send an application and then you just wait. You know, at least give me the option. Give me a chance to get rejected, you know? I don't even know. Oh, so welcome, Nutritious. Like, it let up, just stand up. No, we did stand-ups every day, okay? Every Monday to Friday we did stand-ups. And yet, we're not even standing. Oh no, I'm standing up right now. I'm literally standing up right now. My severance package decent. It was pretty good. 3 months. I was talking about this a few days ago. I was reading on the tech layoff severance packages of, you know, like when Facebook and Twitter and all these other companies were doing layoffs. I was reading what their layoff packages were, and it was like, you know, 15 weeks, and then plus 2 months, or sorry, plus 2 weeks for every year that you worked at the company. And so I guess, you know, me, I got like 3 months of severance. That's pretty good. It was not based on seniority or anything. Like, no matter how long you've been at the company, I think it's like 3 months. Which is like, you know, it's pretty good. I think a lot of people sometimes, there's no like, I don't think there's a legal requirement to give severance. But like, often you'll see people get 2 weeks, just 2 weeks. So like 3 months, that seems pretty generous. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's plenty of time. I'm not too concerned. You know, I have stuff to do. If I really wanted to, I could do commissions. It took me 2 months to find another job when I had to quit a new job due to toxic work environment. It's hecked up. Yeah, I hope it doesn't take me like 3 months though. Sometimes it really depends on like, you know, like a lot of other tech companies are also doing layoffs. A lot of places are like not looking for people now for whatever reason. So it might be a bit slow. I don't know. Usually they take a while to respond. See, every Twitter bio nowadays is ex-Googler, ex-Twitter, ex-Facebook. Yeah, there's everything. Everything. Also, welcome Essie. I believe there is a legal requirement for severance. Don't remember the minimum. If there is a minimum, it would probably be like 2 weeks. I don't know. I would assume, possibly. Oh, there is no legal. Yeah, I assume there was no legal requirement. But if there was, I feel like 2 weeks would be the minimum. 3 months, yeah, 3 month subathon. I'm just gonna be streaming non-stop for 3 months, everyone. Make sure to send your money. Haha. Just kidding. I don't actually need the money yet. I got plenty of things in savings. I actually was talking about Wealthfront the other day. I opened a cash account there. I deposited a bunch of money, and then I was like, you know, why don't I just invest the money? Right? They have investment stuff, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna put a bunch of this money into investments. You know, because this whole time I've been working, it's kind of stupid. I just had all my money in checking. which makes no sense now that I think about it. It's just sitting there. There's no interest. There's nothing, and I'm just like, you know, it could be earning money, but then it wasn't. So I finally opened some investment thing, and now I'm investing. And by investing, I just mean I have the robot do it for me and just get money. Seems like it could be cool. Yeah, investing. You guys invest? Anyone here investing? Also, welcome Bulldog. Looking sharp. Do I though? I may be able to file for unemployment. Yeah, maybe I should look into that. I don't actually know really what unemployment is. I mean, I know like the concept of it, but like to apply for it, what does that even mean? Is it like you have to be out of work for a certain amount of time? You get paid, like you get a check from the government? Investing's good. What investments do I recommend? I don't actually know. Wealthfront, it just manages it for you. You just tell it how much risk you're willing to accept, and then they have the robots do it for you. And I'm just like, I click on the investments, and I'm like, okay, I'm sure, I don't know what this means, but it seems fine. And so, you just see the number go up. It's like, look, it's green, that's nice. Number go up. You know, I put the money in yesterday, and the money's already been going up, and it's like, yo, let's go, it's going up. Chocojax has some investments, but doesn't know what she's doing, haha. I think a lot of people are also like that. Look, as long as the computer does it, it's fine. As long as it doesn't mess up. It would, imagine if a computer messed up, they would never mess up. Hands-off portfolio always manages to beat a managed portfolio. I guess it probably depends, right? Depends on the company, depends on the allocations. Just by VTI. I don't even know. So I was like reading a lot about like in the past few days about investments, and like, you know, I still don't really know what I'm doing. But I know a bit more. There's like tax implications, there's like capital gains tax, there's like what is it called? It's like when instead of selling your shares, you could also do what's called a portfolio something loan, and then you get to take out a percentage of it. I don't know. You just look into it. You guys probably know better than I do. Less than 10% of my net worth is cash, rest is invested. That's probably good. I've had too much stuff just sitting there for like doing nothing. See, don't doodle. Friend of mine took too long and got hired, missed out on free money in between jobs. I'll procrastinate. Yeah, basically like the day I found out I was laid off, I just immediately started looking for jobs. Cause like I got nothing else going on. So I'm just, you know, just waiting now. Just out there waiting. Also, welcome Sleepy. Sorry I haven't been on stream much, been tired of getting headaches, don't worry about it. You don't have to apologize for not being here. Because this is not, you know, it's not a requirement. You're here because you want to be. Not because of any sort of obligation. The only obligation is to keep your watch streak going so you can have more channel points. But at the end of the day, that doesn't really matter that much. It's a US total market fund, okay. They're Fortune 500 index funds that are pretty dependable. Is that what the S&P 500 is? I keep seeing that mentioned, and I'm like, everyone talks about the S&P 500. I don't even know what it is. It's too much. That's a margin loan. That's what it is. It's like, you know, if you sell the stock or whatever, then you gotta pay taxes on that. Otherwise, if you get a loan and you have part of the portfolio, then that's it. I have a 401k at least, right? Yes, I do. I was actually moving stuff around between my 401ks. Like, I have 2 previous workplaces that had a 401k in Fidelity. The website known as Fidelity. They, I kept getting physical mail from my previous 401k. It's always like this huge booklet, and I never read it because, like, you know, I don't even know what it means. It's just like they're legally required to report the 401k, like what they earned and what they're investing in, I guess. But I get that every year, and I'm just like, I don't need this. Just, like, stop sending it to me. But I couldn't find a way to get them to stop sending it, so I just made, like, an IRA, a rollover IRA. I just moved the money into that. And then I found out that they were actually charging fees. If you leave your 401k at a previous employer, sometimes they have hidden fees they don't tell you about. So I found out they were like charging money. I guess at the end of the day, it was still earning money, so I barely noticed. But I didn't know. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, okay, I should move this. And then I did. Yeah, S and P. See, don't miss out on unemployment money. Okay, maybe I should look into that today. I don't actually know what that entails. You just tell the government, like, hey, I've been laid off, I don't have a job now. And then they send you a check with money. That sounds cool. I could do that. We are all required by the government to be here. Not me. Pretty much. Okay. I should, okay, I should look into that then. I will look into that right after this stream. But then it's like, what if you get unemployment and then you find a job next week? Then I guess, then they cancel it? You tell them you lost your job, at least in California, you have to show you're actively looking. Okay, that seems not complicated. Sorry, seems not that complicated. Yeah, 401k administrative fees. So true. So true. S&P is the collection of the 500 top companies. Okay, that's what I assumed it was. Assumed it was something like that. Actually, I'm gonna put it on my to-do list right now. Literally right now, so I don't forget. Okay. Go to my logseek document. You can't see it because it's on my other computer. My logseek document, I put to do. Look into unemployment. Okay, so I'll do that. You're also required to apply for jobs. Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm totally doing that. Hidden fees can be frightening. Also, welcome Tag Barrel. Hidden fees can be frightening. My parents paid church tax for over 40 years without noticing. Damn. It's like the easiest way to hide fees is like if it's a service that makes you money, right? Because you can't tell. You're looking at it, you're like, oh, I earned money this month. Cool. But then if you actually click on it to see how much money you're earning, and it breaks it down by like, okay, we charge you this much, while you're still earning money, they are taking off part of it. I mean, the fees aren't like that much. It's like maybe like $4 a month plus like some small percentage. But it does add up, over several years. As your percentage goes up, they're taking even more money. It's hecked up. I didn't even know. What's the fish I've been looking up? That's just, I just looked up redfish. Just looking up redfish. You still get money from the weeks you were unemployed. Oh, so like if you apply after you've been laid off, if you like wait a week, I guess maybe it's like the month of. I don't know. Let's see, if you get fired, does it go on your record? What record? Is there a record? What record? Is there a record? I mean, the record is like just your resume, I guess. What you choose to put on your resume. But it's not actually, I didn't get fired. It's getting laid off. There's a huge difference because, at least for tech companies, a lot of them understand if you get laid off, most of the time it's not for performance reasons. Like a lot of people from Twitter and Facebook got laid off, but like a lot of them are actually really, really good employees. It's just that the stuff they were working on maybe wasn't that important to the company based on whatever, and so they usually don't hold it against you. The secret blacklist that employers share, it's not even a thing. That's not even a record. There's no such record. I need to set up a log so you should do it. I recommend it. I have so many useful notes in there. You can easily check everything. Everything is tagged correctly. It's cool. Might as well grab government money while you need it, even if you don't need it. True. True. What has the government ever done for me, huh? Me specifically? They should be giving me money. I give the government money and taxes. They should be giving me some money. I think that's fair. Exactly. Also, welcome OMQ Comics. That's what someone who uses these super secret blacklists would say. I think there is like a recruiter blacklist. Like, you know, they probably share information about, like, you know, this employee, he destroyed his coworker's laptop. He threw it on the floor. Everyone was upset, and then he punched someone. That stuff probably gets around. There's actually a website, layoffs.fyi or something, that lists all the well-known layoffs. I think the company I was working at was not big enough for it to be listed on there. So now you know, if you look on that website and you see all these companies and you're like, okay, did Wealthy work at any of these? No. Unfortunately, well, maybe fortunately not. These people don't even know. Remember, there's some sort of blacklist shared with landlords when it comes to renters. I guess it's not too surprising. People always share information with each other. It goes on it goes on your high school report card. When you have your PTA conference with your parents, your high school teacher will be like, your son was laid off from his job. And you're like, he doesn't even go to school. Why am I having a parent-teacher conference? Why is my former teacher telling my parent about my job? Well, it's gonna be on your high school record, okay? Even if you haven't been in high school for like 10 years, 20 years. What if the landlord also rents? They do though. Landlord, they're just buying places, they're just selling it to people. It's hecked up. The market value is hecked up. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But anyway, that's it. Actually, so included with my layoff thing, some companies, if they lay off their employees, they sign up for what's called a, I forgot the name of it, but it's like out something. It's like there's companies that specialize in contacting people that were laid off. And then they have like training things like, okay, we're going to go over your resume. We're going to go over stuff you can do to get hired and all that stuff. It's called outplacement. It's called outplacement services. And so if the company is feeling bad about laying people off, they hire these companies. And then as soon as you get laid off, you get an email from someone. It's like, hello, I'm your outplacement coach. I'm going to be going over how to set up your resume, any tips for job interviews and stuff like that. But I feel like a lot of those are not really targeted toward tech employees. It's mostly for like general job stuff. Because I feel like with tech companies, the interview process is like really different because, yeah, it sounds very general. Like with tech companies, you have to do like tech interviews, you have to do, sometimes they have you program stuff, they have you like do design questions, and that I don't think it covers the it's not covered by this. And like that's usually the hardest part. So like I do have something scheduled like tomorrow with the outpatient person, but like I don't think it's going to be that useful. You know, maybe they'll go over, you know, if you update this part of your resume, you know, it could stand out more. But overall, I don't think it matters that much. Like as someone who like has interviewed like candidates before, the resume doesn't really mean that much as long as it looks okay. Like a lot of times when I think about resume advice, a lot of people suggest, you know, keep your resume short, keep it like a 1 page maximum. And I'm just like, that's not really a thing over here. Because if you keep your resume 1 page maximum for a tech job, you could be leaving off like a lot of useful advice. Or not advice, but like a lot of useful stuff about what you've done. It's like normie resumes. Also, welcome Delicious Smile. Another set of eyes on resumes is not bad. Also true. But also, like, I don't know, my resume was fine for, like, the job that I applied for previously. You know, the job that I used to have a week ago. And, I don't know, maybe... Oh, there's a bear. Check it out, guys. Hold on. You're gonna check it. You're gonna check the bear again. Right here. This right here. This bear. There it is. I'm gonna stand still this time. Now the bear is standing up. Up. No, okay, there's a fish. The fish is biting. I remember last time I did this, I was reeling in while looking at the bear, and the camera was like extremely shaky. So I'm gonna try to avoid shaking as much this time. I'm gonna reel in a bit slower. Anyway, you guys have seen the bear. I don't need to show you guys this again. You know it's real. Anyway, it's there. You've seen it. I'm still looking at it. It's right there. Okay, it's running. You can barely see it probably, but it's there. Yeah, it's standing. It's Bear standing. And Bear Grylls. He's just chilling. Classic bear. You can always count on the bear. You know, whether you're employed, whether you've been laid off, the bear's gonna be there. Don't worry, you come back to the lake, everything's constant. Nothing really changes around here, except sometimes at the nighttime, you see the Aurora Borealis. That's pretty cool. Anyway, that's cool. What if you don't know your skills for your resume? Then I guess, then I don't know. What are you doing? What if I don't know my skills? I can't answer that question. I know my skills. I have many skills. Just make a really, really long page. I mean, I guess there is a limit, right? You probably don't want to include that much information, because sometimes you look at it and it's like, this is too much. But I feel like for tech resumes, like, you know, 2.5 or 3 pages, like, that's fine. You don't have to shorten it too much. As long as you have the relevant technologies on there, it's cool. This time of day, the bear at this time of the day. My skills are being incredibly good at video games. If your job is related to being good at video games, then yes, you could put it on there. I think like layoffs are much worse for people that are like, they don't have that much experience yet. Like, you know, junior developers or like people that haven't been working for a long time. Because then it's like, it's harder to stand out. When you're applying for jobs and it's just like, you know, I have like 1 year of experience in this thing, and then like the next guy's got like 5 years. You know, it's hard. Because then everyone else is going to have the same skill set. Anyway, I've been working long enough that hopefully it should be fine. We'll see. The next 3 months, we'll see. We will understand exactly everything. Also, welcome Denji. And also besides that, I was checking my spam mail earlier today, and I actually found out Gmail filtered out a bunch of like actually important emails incorrectly marked as spam. It wasn't job related, but it was like, you know, stuff that's like, your credit card for this account is expiring, you should update it. I was like, this is like an actual like legit thing. You guys should check your spam mail, okay? Make sure there's no incorrect stuff in there. And there was like another thing, and I was like, man, you could have told me this, you know, like they sent someone sent an email like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, and I didn't even respond to it. And then today I was like, oh shoot, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It was like I literally did not see this email. The deadline is passed, but you know, it got marked as spam. I'm sorry. Always sucks when that happened. Because, like, maybe they thought I was ignoring them. But no, it was Gmail. Gmail did this. Can't believe the robots would do this to us. Automated detection emails. Then she almost missed a 10 million lottery win notification mail. That's hecked up, man. If anyone deserves that money, it's you. Hopefully you got it though. Hopefully you have all the big winnings in your email. Have the big money, then you can fund the VTube Studio even more. You could buy 1 billion gift subs to everyone. It'd be great. 10 million. You didn't even say $10 million. It's just 10 million. 10 million Zimbabwe dollars. I can't believe you missed out on 10 million Zimbabwe dollars. Those things will just stress you out. Gmail's just trying to keep things chill. No, but it's like important information. It's stuff that, you know, I would, if I got that email in my inbox, I'd be like, I gotta respond to this immediately. Not the lottery emails, but like, you know, your credit card is expiring in this service. Please update it so that, you know, your renewal isn't impacted. And then I like log into the site and then I saw, oh yeah, okay, it's fine now. But for several days it wasn't. It's a bit confusing because there were no links in the email. They didn't link to a service. It was just like, please check please check your account. Gmail seems to be letting more actual spam through to me recently. Maybe that's why. Maybe like recently they changed their AI algorithm or something for spam detection. And then like a lot of people are saying, oh, you marked this, you didn't catch the actual spam. And so now they're over marking things as spam even though it's not supposed to be. But the weird part is like the emails have been, it's not from people that have emailed me before, but it's from like people that are working for the same company that have emailed me before. I don't know how to describe it. It's like, it's from a reputable company. And I'm surprised that their emails are getting marked as spam. It's not like just some random guy with a Gmail account. It's like an actual, you know, actual people, actual legitimate company. You can never predict them. You don't even know. It just needs the 3 digits on the back of the credit card. Yeah, only those 3. They don't need like the digits on the front. They don't need your name. They don't need your zip code. They just need the 3 digits. Not the 16 digits. Just 3 of them. Let's see, if it wasn't for Gmail spam filter, my doorbell would keep ringing from all the hot singles in my area. Yeah, they're trying to keep them away. There's too many, okay? If you have too many hot singles, you know, the heat, it is contributing to climate change. Have you considered that? If they're not stopping the hot singles from being in the same place at once, it could cause like a nuclear reaction. The energy levels would like destroy the power grid. And so they're really doing their best. They're trying to prevent this from happening. There are actually some legitimate, not important emails in my spam folders. Exactly. I told you guys. You who's listening right now, you check your spam folders make sure there's nothing actually legitimate in there. I'm lucky I caught it because I think like some of the I don't know how often the Gmail spam inbox gets cleaned up, but it's been like a while ago, and I feel like if I didn't check today, I probably would never have seen it. It was nothing legitimate. Dang. Well, you keep checking. You check. You check tomorrow. You check the next day. Whenever you have time. You check 5 minutes from now. Maybe 5 minutes from now, someone's gonna send you a really important email. It'll be like, hey, here's a really important thing about your earnings on Twitch.tv. And then you read it and you're like, oh, I wish I'd gotten this earlier. Let's see, I think that's why some places will automatically unsubscribe you from your list if you don't open anything from them in a while. But aren't those, the way that they detect that you're opening their emails is usually by embedding an image in it, right? But doesn't Gmail by default, they exclude images unless you click to show them? They can't even talk. So that ruins everything. We don't even know. They can't even tell you're opening their emails. Mine is actual garbage, but good to confirm. Exactly. You gotta know. You gotta know. I remember at one of my previous, I think at my first workplace, the startup that was created by one of my college professors, I think at one point one of the people was like, they were going over the mail system that they had, and she was like, oh yeah, this, we can tell whether you opened our emails based on it loads like a 1x1 tracking pixel. And like, when I saw that, I was like, oh shoot, you guys do this? That's how you guys do it? But then like, I think no one else was paying attention when they were doing that meeting. And then like at some point later, I said, you guys know they have those tracking pixels in your email, right? And they're like, what? Wait, really? That's how they know? And I'm like, they literally talked about, you guys were nodding during the meeting. I guess people, they just don't pay attention. I do though, I pay attention. That's why everything's good. Also, welcome Robomoo, thank you for the 6 months. Yeah, red. You guys pronounce it red receipts or read receipts? I know it's red. I say it's red because it's like they've read it. But some people, they just say read receipts. That doesn't make sense. Makes absolutely no sense. Yeah, Reddit receipts. Cole says that way we don't even know English. It's ambiguous. We don't know if you mean read or read. Or Riyadh. It could be Riyadh. It's like when they advertise something to you and then you don't look at it, and then they re-advertise it. So it's a re-ad. Or they could be reading, or it could be read. And there it is. Exactly. You know, I should release some fish. This is called Cat to Release after all. Check this out. Check that out. $2.93 right there. Easy money. Anyway, that's what's been going on. Basically, job searches, checking spam mail, investing, everything. That's literally all that's going on. As usual, been having trouble sleeping, you know, because there's, you know, just got nothing to do. So I'm just awake at like 3 a.m. Like I go to bed at like 1 a.m. and I'm just lying down for a long time. It's fricked up. It's hacked up, man. But hopefully it's fine. Anything else going on? What's even happening in the world? Any recent news? The economy, huh? The economy, how's that going? Stocks. Stocks are doing well. Money. People out there with money. Let me check. I'm checking. I'm gonna check. Check my notes. I'm writing down stuff. Oh, I updated my router. Oh yeah, actually before I started this stream, you know how usually sometimes occasionally I'll start my stream and then we'll have like technical issues and then I find out like Windows updated something and it broke something? Today I actually put up my headset like half an hour before the stream to make sure that this didn't happen. Every time I turn on virtual desktop, it says like there's a new update, do you want to install it? I always say no, but today I was like, you know what, I should log in slightly earlier, actually install the update, because otherwise if I don't, the next time I do it, it'll probably force me to do it, and it'll take like 10 minutes and I'll waste a lot of time. So I did. I logged in early because I got nothing else going on. Because normally I can't do that because when I'm at work, you know, I get off work at like 5 p.m. immediately start the stream. But today I got other stuff. I got time. I have so much time, you don't even know. I could be doing so much. So then I updated. And now we're on the latest version. SteamVR is not broken. I also updated my router. I don't know why today, when I was checking the internet, my router started blinking like blue. And I was like, what's happening? It never does this. And then it disconnected and I was like, you know what? It's been a while. I'm gonna update the router. And then I did. And now it's updated. Now it's the latest version of the router. Wolf can stop time. Imagine stopping time though. Time magazine. You can stop Time magazine. Big AD. What is ADV? Advancement? Tech maintenance. Yeah. It's when all the games have maintenance. And Mahjong Souls has maintenance and people can't play it. Oh, advantage, yeah. May as well back up my data. Yeah, I have backups. As someone who uses a Mac, I think there's something called Time Machine on Mac, where you just plug in like a external USB thing, and it'll just back up your stuff in the background, automatically. So I have that. So much stuff is backed up. I've also started installing stuff on my previous laptop. Like I mentioned how my workplace, once you're no longer working there, you still get to keep your laptop. And so they finally reset the laptop and then I started installing stuff. And so it's there. When I actually get around to doing interviews, I'm going to use that laptop. And it'll be cool. It'll be great. But at the moment, it's just sitting there. It's just there. And that's how things are going. That's how things are going. And now we're just here fishing. What the heck? Oh, that's where the bear comes from. Hold on. I've never seen. Oh, hold on. I've never seen the bear coming out. I've always just seen the bear be there. But okay, this time you can't see it. But I saw that bear walking down. Check this out. Hold on. Check this out, guys. The bear is like it's right there. It started from like up there in the mountains, and now it's like it's walking down. Now it's sitting down. You guys seeing this? Holy frick! So that's how it gets there. We finally see how the bear gets here. Wow. What a majestic creature. It's looking around. It's the same animation every time. There it is. There it is gonna stand up. Whoa, holy frick. It also moved a little bit. Anyway, you're probably tired of seeing this. You've seen this so many times already. Oh, look, it's sitting. Okay, I'm gonna stop zooming in. zoom enhance. Welcome, Potato, as well. Yeah, the bear lore. It's right there. It's literally right there. I failed to catch the fish as I was focusing on the bear. Is running. He's running right now. Alright, let me check. Let me check my notes. What else happened recently? Not much. Not much is even happening. Got the spam mail, I got the investing, my payroll I mentioned yesterday. I was gonna get paid on the 15th, and they had some issues with that. So that's delayed. This is like the least interesting. This is just like the way I use these streams. It's like a blog, you know. Instead of typing stuff out, like here's what happened in my life, I just talk about it to a floating screen, and occasionally people reply to it. That's the ideal way to live. Just have your blog be just you talking, a vlog even, a VR blog. Okay, what else do we have? I got the Wealthfront account. I mentioned that. Got LinkedIn. Oh, that's it. That's basically it. Yeah, LiveJournal is literally live right now. It's like a blog where you can interact in real time. Yeah, streams are real-time blogs. It depends on how the streamer treats it, though. You know, sometimes they'll just be playing the video games. They'll be talking about the game. Not me, though. I'm here gaming, but I'm also giving updates. That's right. Given that I don't even tweet about this stuff, like people on Twitter, anyone who like knows me but is not watching my streams, they don't even know that I've been laid off from work. You know, because I don't mention it. But you guys know. Everyone here knows. Me, as someone who never tweets anymore. You guys out there tweeting? Anyone here tweeting? Literally as we speak. I could tweet. If I really wanted to, I could tweet. I could be a tweeter. Not even tweet. You guys aren't even tweeting. I remember I used to use Twitter like so much. But lately I'm just like, why? I don't even know. I don't really feel like using it now. Was replying to tweets sometimes in the past few minutes. Let's go. Was it related to VTubers? Oh yeah, Lazulite had their 2-year anniversary, I think yesterday. I saw some nice fan art retweeted onto my timeline. That's pretty cool. It's been a whole 2 years already. It's a long time. In like VTuber context, 2 years, that's like such a long time, right? Within 2 years, so much could happen. People could graduate, people could come back, everything. It's Ben. Everyone knows the classic song, It's Ben. You guys know Ben? I don't. I don't even know. But now, we're just here. Just out here. Yeah, it's Ben. Ben 10. And then I was thinking about like tomorrow I'm gonna play the Dark Souls 2 DLC. But then I was looking into how long the DLC actually is. And it seems like it's actually pretty long. There's like a lot of content in there. Someone said like 20 hours total for all three DLCs. And I'm like, man, I thought I was like close to done with this game, but there's actually like a lot left. Many people even say that's the best part of the game, the DLC. So I guess we'll find out. Maybe also to get it over with sooner, I could possibly stream a little bit longer. Like I could start the stream a bit earlier on some days. You know, because Dark Souls 2, it could be a time investment. Maybe I can start half an hour early, I don't even know. But tomorrow I'll start at the usual time. 24, yeah, subathon. Dark Souls 2 subathon. I play until I beat the DLC. No, that's too much. It's too long of a stream. But actually, Chokujax is doing a subathon soon, right? I think it's this weekend. You guys go check that out. How do some streamers go 24 hours? I don't even know. I don't even understand. It's like, that's too much time. Yeah, Choco J Dog. Yeah, she's gonna try to stay awake for a whole 24 hours. That's too much. That's too many hours, man. That's way too much. How many grapes? Several. Choco J grape. But that should be cool. I like watching people do subathons because, you know, you just have them on throughout the rest of the day. And then you're just like doing other stuff. You just tune in occasionally and you're like, oh, they're still here. That's cool. I wonder what they're up to. And then you just listen. It's playing in the background. It's nice. You know, nice to have some noise, background noise. Occasionally interact. Occasionally, every once in a while, type things in chat. Sickos in chat watching streamers suffer. They did this to themselves, okay? No one's forcing them to do it. They chose to do so on their own. 2 bubblegum grapes. I didn't know that was a thing. That's like a grape that tastes like bubblegum? Is that a real thing? Did people make this up? I love choosing to suffer. Aren't we all suffering though? Literally everyone. Life is suffering. A lot of times people out here, we didn't even choose to live. And yet we have to. Anyway, I should hydrate. It's been an hour. Suffering. Yeah, Elden Ring. Suffering. Okay, you guys also hydrate? Okay, I have hydrated. Do fish technically always hydrate? I think they're constantly filtering oxygen through their gills, right? That's a thing that they're always doing. That's what they're known for. That's the thing that they do. They're just built different. But yeah, they're constantly hydrating. They're constantly in a state of hydration. And I think that's cool. Welcome, Yurga. Yeah, they do that. That is the thing they do. It's what they're most famous for. They would put it on their resume. They'd be like, I have 5 years of filtering oxygen through my gills. And then their employer goes like, that's great. That's great. That's awesome. Love when fish do that to survive. You gotta do what you gotta do to survive. Also, welcome, Good Cat Gaming. Which do I think was more rare, hands or water breathing? I don't know. Hands, because not that many creatures have hands. But like the ocean, we don't even know how deep the ocean... Well, we know how deep the ocean goes, but we don't even know all the creatures that live in the ocean. You know, at the bottom of the ocean, there could be 1 billion fish that we don't even know. We've never even seen. They could be doing like some crazy stuff down there. We would have no idea. That's how nature goes. Nature, it do be crazy. Yeah, they could have that is true. They could have hands. You ever think like what if like down there at the bottom of the ocean, what if there was actually humans? Not humans, but like human-like organisms. You know, what if they have their own cool stuff, right? They have their own society. They got people walking around. And we just don't know because we don't have the technology to go down there. It's like space, except on our own planet. Yeah, mermaids. They could be, yeah, they could have their own infrastructure. They could have their own, like, Wi-Fi that works underwater. We've discovered all the creatures except deep sea and really tiny ones. Exactly. It's unlikely since hands could be crushed, maybe really round sausage hands. Well, maybe their hands are just able to withstand large amounts of pressure. We don't know. We simply don't know. Splatoon prequel, exactly. They're literally built different. Yeah, they could have VTubers down there. Imagine if they had VTubers and they're just like regular humans, but it's weird to them. You know, we're like, oh yeah, we have like, you know, isekai VTubers, we have like animal VTubers. Maybe they have like, you know, VTubers that look like humans. Maybe there's an alternate version of VTube Studio down there. It works, it works underwater. Exoskeletons, true. We don't even know. That's the scary part. Humans have been on Earth for so long, and yet we will probably never see, like, everything in the ocean. Can't wait until we discover an eldritch horror. We could have already. You know, it's possible. They're out there. What if they're trying to find their way up here? Right, you think about humans, we're like exploring space, we're finding things in the ocean. What if there's like a species down there that's like advanced enough that they're also trying to find their way up here? And then one day they'll do it. And then we'll be like, what the heck? What the heck is this thing? Carcinization is so yesterday, now everything's evolving into VTubers. That's the thing where like everything's evolving into crabs, right? What if everything's evolving into crab VTubers? Are there even any crab VTubers? You guys ever seen crab VTubers? I feel like there's gotta be at least some of them, right? I just don't think I've seen any, but they have to be out there. Mr. Krabs. What if we're the Eldritch Horrors? Yeah, to someone we are. Definitely there's gonna be a creature out there. As soon as they see humans, they're like, what the frick is that? What the heck are they doing? Oh, my boat is full. Oh, we caught so many fish. Check that out. Check this out. I'm gonna predict $103. Okay, 91. Whatever. It's pretty good. Do you think the act of that also both disgusts and intrigues them? I don't know. Why don't you ask them? I have no way of knowing. Mr. Krabs, yeah. You guys ever seen the YouTube video that's like, oh yeah, Mr. Krabs, and then he screams? Classic internet video, even from before Vine was the thing. That was a video. That's basically a Vine. Except it was not a Vine. Herga doesn't even understand. I don't understand. No one. Does anyone really understand that universe? I've seen the videos of crabs dying horribly with Mr. Krabs sounds. I have not seen that one. I don't even know what that one is. You know the sound effect of Mr. Krabs when he walks? It has like that. It sounds like a cartoon sound, but it's actually the sound of like crab legs hitting each other. It's a real sound for real crab legs. See, like when they get sucked into pipes or whatnot. I have never seen these. Where are you guys even seeing these videos? Do they just show up in your YouTube recommendations? And you're like, I wonder what this is, and then you watch TikTok. You guys remember that video of like, they had like a tube and then they put fish into it? And the fish would get accelerated? That was a meme for a while. Crab leak? Don't click that. I don't even know what that is. The guy who made SpongeBob was a marine biologist. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. Are they still making SpongeBob episodes? I feel like we talked about this before, and I think the conclusion was that yes, they are still making them. Yeah, the salmon tube. That's one of the memes from back in the day. And by back in the day, it was probably like 2 or 3 years ago. I think it's done. Or is it? Are they... No, I think they're definitely still making them. They definitely kept making them after the movie, which was supposed to be the final. The movie was supposed to be an episode. I've actually never seen any of the SpongeBob movies. I remember when it first came out, people were talking about it. They're like, what the heck? David Hasselhoff. Yeah, he was there. People reference it sometimes, and I don't even know what they're talking about. But there's just too many... These shows are going on for too long. That's apparently a misconception. Which one? That SpongeBob was supposed to end? Yeah, the final episode was supposed to be the movie? Oh, he wanted to stop. Okay. Yeah, sometimes they just keep the shows going, even against the will of the creators, just because they want the money. Just like Mr. Krabs, literally just like Mr. Krabs. What kind of sounds does Wolf Clap make? It sounds like clapping. Just like a clap. Yeah, exactly like that. In one of the new episodes, he becomes a fry cook at the Salty Spitoon. SpongeBob. There isn't any sort of set timeline in SpongeBob. I guess it is pretty timeless. A lot of times, they're just referencing things. But who's still, like, watching SpongeBob? I guess kids, but, like... Because, like, nowadays, a lot of things are just, like, on Netflix and Hulu and all these other sites. Are people even still watching Nickelodeon, like, on TV? I mean, there's gotta be some people, but... I don't know. I don't even know. Imagine a thought, because there's basically meat spheres hitting together. I don't know. You can imagine it. Do you think you'll do open source software now? Probably not, because that doesn't give you money. I mean, if I were to make open source stuff, it would be something that I would use personally, and I haven't had any ideas for stuff to build. SpongeBob is on some streaming services, I guess. Like, are they... I don't know. I don't even know. I guess, you know, the fact that they're still making it, there's got to be a demand for it somewhere. What about VTube RS? That's already done. I already have a VTube Studio library. It's there. You can use it. I just didn't name it VTube.rs. They should run an experiment where they raise kids purely on Ren and Stimpy to conclude the nature versus nurture debate. I mean, that probably. I mean, there's probably been kids where all they watched was that TV show, right? There's gotta be someone. Does SpongeBob still have the same art style? I think a lot of shows nowadays are not hand drawn anymore. They just have like pre-rigged stuff, and then it feels very stiff, the animations. But it's there. Software to check your spam for important messages. Yeah, ChatGPT, check my spam folder for me. Also, welcome Lofi. I thought open source software developers at big orgs are the real winners. It depends. I guess it depends. That must be stressful though, doing like open source software at a company, because like you're working with like people in your company, and then also just random people can open issues on your repository. You know, and then you have to like prioritize. You have to just determine which of these issues you actually want to deal with. And then like some guy will open a pull request to add something, and then you're like, I don't know if this aligns with the vision we have for the library, and then you have to like talk with people. That's too much. Yeah, it looks bad, but it's cheaper. Yeah, I feel like most kids probably don't care. Right? As long as something is moving on screen, they're just like, they laugh. This is funny, haha. You can pick the issues you address, which is a step up from being told what to do. I mean, if you're at a company that's doing open source software, I mean, there's gonna be someone who's prioritizing the tickets. Unless you just mean like your own, if you have your own open source software repo. In which case, yes, you could do whatever you want. Kids have no taste. Imagine SpongeBob in 2023. There's a lot of large fish out there. Maybe I should try using some of the expensive bait today. Now that we've actually confirmed that there are large fish out there. Would I help you for a cookie? No, my cookie policy, I deny most cookies. See, I've never eaten a person, so I'll have to take Slime Molder's word for it. I see, I understand what you did. You're implying the word taste as in like, you know, physical taste instead of preferences. What is the best bait I can use? Is this one. But I feel like if I put this in the water, a lot of fish won't bite, because it's like, it's too fancy. Only necessary cookies. It is strictly necessary for functionality. No. Cookie policies. Do you guys, when you see the cookie banners, do you ever just... Oh, frick, that's a huge fish. But also, it's just swimming away. What are you doing? Why won't you bite the... just bite the bait? Dude. Okay, well, there's a fish over there. Encrypted cookies? The king of the pond? No, this is the king. This is the big fish. The fish think you're trying too hard and don't want to bite the expensive bait. It's like they think they're underqualified for it. They don't apply because they see it requires like 10 years of experience, even though really it doesn't. And so they're like, I don't know if this is for me. Then they don't apply. Here, what if I put it over here? Why don't I just buy a company? Why would I want to do that? The thing is, like, I have no desire to manage people. I just want to, like, be writing code. You know, sometimes doing design, a little bit of design. But I don't want to manage a company. I don't want to manage people, resources, allocations, assigning tickets to people. It's too much. Yeah, required 10 years of experience in the Rust programming language. Please do not apply unless you have at least 10 years of experience. Even though it didn't exist 10 years ago. 20 years of experience. Looking for streamers who have 20 years of experience streaming. Please apply. 50 years. Business analysts that are just human to cyborg interface. I don't even know what even is a business analyst. Like, do they look at stocks and they say stock portfolios and they're like, the basis point has gone up. Actually, I finally learned what a basis point is. As I've been reading about investing, I was like, I keep seeing the word basis point mentioned, and I just pretend like I know what it is. Now I know. 1 basis point is 0.01%. That's basically all it is. If they say it's gone up by 100 basis points, they mean it's gone up by 1%. That's just how it is, right? I think something like that, right? You guys know? You guys know? Now you know. You're learning things now. 0.1 percentage points. I thought it was 0.01. I thought to get a 1% increase, you need 100 basis points. I literally looked this up today. I know, I remember. That makes the most sense. If you haven't literally invented the language, do not apply. I feel like a lot of companies, even if you have people that invented the language, they might not even get hired, given how absurd the criteria is. I think I remember seeing that, like, some guy, like the people that invented Brew, the package manager, they applied to Facebook and they got rejected, and they're like, oh, well, like, all your developers are using this thing that I built, so, like, I don't know. Also, welcome, Mooney. If the interest rate goes from 1 to 2%, it's gone up 100%. What? No, I'm talking about basis points, okay? That's different. A business analyst would probably ask what a Rust developer is. You know, sometimes I look up, if I look up jobs for Rust, sometimes I just get, like, non-tech related stuff. Because, you know, like, Rust is it's like a physical thing in the real world. They're like, we're looking for something. The word Rust just happens to be there. Yeah, oxidizing. Like, people that are like, okay, we're working on a farm. We have this job listing to work on a farm. There's like some stuff. There's like a Rust coding. You gotta, you know, not coding. Like, you're coding something like on the computer, but coding, C-O-A-T-I-N-G. Rust coating. There's some Rust coating out there. Wolfie Balfie Fish Edition. The Mooney Bee. A basis point is a standard measure for interest rates, other percentages. 1 basis point equals, yeah, 0.01%. That's what I said. That's what I said. I knew it. I know. 0.01%, yeah. You guys know about basis points? They would never lie. Investopedia, they won't even lie. Java. Isn't it messed up that JavaScript is a thing, but Java is not even related to Java? It's not even the same thing. It's totally different. C++, D, they got languages, they got C, C++, C Sharp, D, everything. They got everything. They got F Sharp, others, C Sharp. F is real. Java was invented as remote control software. Is that real? Q sharp. I think there's too many programming languages. They should just make fewer of them. How is anyone supposed to learn if you just keep inventing new languages? Look at all the huge fish down there. There's literally thousands. The place that invented Java is now a Facebook office, as in the physical building. Who invented Java? I don't even know. Why are there different programming? Why are there different spoken languages? Oh yeah, right, Sun. Yeah, I remember. I keep thinking of like Oracle, but I guess they're the current owners of Java. Imagine if people invented like spoken languages at the same rate that we invent programming languages. There'd be so many. There'd be a billion languages. And they would all be very similar. Everyone, once you know one of them, you kind of know most of them. Sort of. It's true, there's so many. There's so many languages. You got English, Spanish, German, French, Portuguese. Ow, I just hit my wall. Others. Several others. There's literally a new Zoomer slang on Twitter every 30 seconds. On TikTok. What is the latest Zoomer slang that you guys have heard? Is that thing? Well, look at all those fish. Am I okay? I'm okay. I didn't hit it very hard. It's just like, it's a light hit. It's like this. It's actually my door. I said wall, but it's actually a door. The thing is that the wall is next to the door, so it's close enough. It's very similar. In fact, basically where this door, where the boat ends is basically around where my door is. My door is like right here. Right there. Right here. Right there. Can't stand it. Why can't you just use English? Does everything you like go hard? How come? I don't even... That's not even like new slang though. Like what are the kids saying nowadays? The slang is currently stalling on Riz, but wasn't that like a few months ago? There has to be like a more recent slang, right? There's gotta be. I refuse to believe that Riz is the most recent slang. The Rizzler? The Ritz cracker? What is your opinion on Ritz? R-I-T-Z. Ritz. It's got butter. It's butter flavor. Slang now is just meme phrases. True. There's gotta be someone like some... What if all the recent slang is like... People... What if you socially engineered a slang word? You're just like, I'm gonna make up a term. I'm gonna get all of my favorite TikTok influencers to say it. Pretend that it's like a real thing now. And then you just like, you force it upon society. Just pay all the big influencers. They'll start saying things, and then suddenly everyone's saying it. And you can't stop it. At that point, to be unique, you need to be undecipherable. Possibly true. Time to just loop back around to old-timey slang. Yeah, they should bring back some ancient memes. I don't know which ones, but they should find one. They should find the oldest slang and they should bring it back. Bring back Old English, you know? just have some old phrases from back in the day. Wolfie discovers coinage. What's that? The age of the coin. A white boy summer big up. What does that mean? Look at this fish, is so small. This fish is tiny. This is the same species of fish. Yep. How old even is the coin? Creation of new words. That's what coinage is. But I mean, like, not just creating new words, but like forcibly creating new words. You know, words catch on because people start saying it, but like, what if you paid everyone? I'm just like, I want to make new slang. You could put it on your resume. It could be like, I invented this word. I paid people. They're saying it now. All words are created forcibly. What about the... No, what if you just, you know, what if it just happens, okay? People start saying things. What about the word tea? You know, we talked about how in different languages, the word for tea is like very similar to tea. You got the, you got tea. Or it could be chai. The two different words for tea. It just happened to work out that way. I can't unthink any ideas you force onto chat. Slangsmith. You guys out there smithing new words? Wordsmith? That's a term, right? Wordsmith? I'm not an author, I'm a wordsmith. It's different. Putting the words together. Slangster. There's nothing here. Literally nothing we can do. If the idea is stored in different people's brains, it's the cloud computing. Can you believe Cloud Strife invented cloud computing? Just like torrenting. But people like they opt into it though. Torrenting is because people chose to do so. When you're just saying words, sometimes people they don't opt into that stuff. Yeah, seeding. Okay, we got the rain. We got the thunder. Good times. Great times. Wolfie, I'm gonna get fried. No, it's virtual. It's not even real thunder. Wow. Sounds nice. It's like a virus that you run whenever you restart a computer. What is? Words? Brains being reset? Cloud computing? Let's see, who knows, maybe these chat logs will get included in a dataset at some point and poison generations of AI to come. Oh yeah, do you guys see that like Google is gonna get rid of they're gonna delete accounts that are older than 2 years or something? And everyone's like, holy frick, that's like a lot of internet history they're getting rid of. And people are like, what about the VTubers that graduated, huh? they're not updating their content anymore, you're just gonna delete all their stuff? We don't even know. They aren't deleting accounts that have YouTube videos. Okay. Oh, that's good at least. But what about like personal accounts? You know, someone who just didn't log into their Gmail in 2 years? You're like, you know, what if they have important stuff on Google Drive? What is their criteria for what they're deleting? I guess they probably explain it on the website. YouTube's only or Gmail's. But there are probably like a lot of spam accounts out there. And Twitter's also removing accounts that are like older than a certain age. I finally logged into some of my old accounts. I don't know. Can't remember the VTubers I used to watch that have graduated. Sana. I think, I feel like I haven't really watched that many VTubers that have graduated. The only one that I used to watch, that graduated was Randon. That's like the only one. Everyone else, I've seen a bunch of graduation streams, but not to the point where it's like someone that I really knew or watched that much. Dang. Imager also scrapped everything not tied to an active account. Yeah, I also remember that. It's hacked up. There's so much data that's going to be missing. But also, like, when you think about it, it's like, you know, we're not paying the money, right? They're basically providing, like, free hosting for, like, images and all this stuff. So it's like, what do they have to gain from hosting all this stuff? They're basically just paying for it, like, for what? For nothing? And we just expect them to be paying for this data forever? I don't even know. Remember the VTuber who was forcibly graduated because he had like a meltdown? Who's that? I don't know who this is. Yeah, YouTube. What does that mean? What are you saying? Yeah, I uploaded so much. There's so many VODs on YouTube. So many like random videos that people will never watch. They gain popularity by giving away free stuff, and then once they're big enough, they can take it away. That is true. It's like Uber, right? Uber, even though like everyone's using Uber Eats, everyone's using Uber, they're like losing a ton of money just because, you know, they want to get popular enough that they're in control of everything. And now everything is fricked up. It's Costco. They used to be cheap. Isn't Costco, the Costco hot dogs, right? They're still the same price. They refuse to raise the price of the Costco hot dog. It's like $1.50 all the time. You're trying to kill off archive.org? Yeah, I also heard that. I don't know, maybe like 10 years from now, a lot of stuff is just gonna be missing. We're gonna have people linking to things like, oh yeah, I finally found the solution to this problem. Check out this link, and then you click the link and it's like, it's been deleted. And you're just like, well, thanks. Now there's no way of me knowing at all. Costco hot dogs are loss leaders, same with rotisserie chicken. Yeah, I remember seeing a thing where like Costco puts their rotisserie chicken in the back of the store to force people to walk all the way through, and then maybe they'll see something that they want to buy on the way there. We're trying to sue them for mass copyright infringement, not kill them. Isn't that the same thing though? They're trying to get rid of a lot of content. Got an XKCD comic right there. Wait, what just happened? You guys hear that sound? What was that? XKCD. Hold on, let's see what this is. What even is this? What comic is this? Oh yeah, I remember this comic. Yeah, when people answer, hey, I have this obscure problem. Oh no, don't worry, I solved it. And no one will even know. No one can ever find out what the solution was. I might get away with a marginal fine and a slap on the wrist. Archive.org. I don't know, we as internet users, we're so spoiled nowadays. There's so much like free stuff. So many services providing stuff for free. Remember the Reddit guy? What Reddit guy? There's a lot of Reddit guys. You have to be more specific. The Reddit guy? The one guy from Reddit? The only Reddit person? The only Reddit user? The guy who started Reddit? What happened to him? I've not heard about this guy. What's up with that guy? Anyway, I'm trying to catch the bigger fish using the fancy bait. Nothing is biting. And they refuse. They refuse to bite the salmon. Got sued for copyright infringement because Reddit was reposting stuff. Yeah, that's always the concern with like hosting a site that lets people upload whatever they want. Because, you know, look at the fact that people can upload whatever they want means that now you have to moderate content. And that's the most annoying thing to do online. Because people will just do things. And the death symbol. Wait, what? What? I don't even know what happened. Did they K-word him? Did they get rid of him? The sad bit was the guy who created the content said it was fine. Then who sued him then? Oh, okay. I did not know about that. That's hecked up. The internet is kind of hecked up. If you ever think about the internet and how weird it is, it's so weird. We're online right now. And we're just having a time talking about things, but there's people out there deleting content. They're deleting so much content. Okay, I'm gonna give up on catching fancy fish. Oh, okay. Oh, that's what happened. I caught a ring. That's why, the fish, they don't bite once you have a ring. Okay, so that is, we got 5 of these rings. We got 5 of these rings. Oh, shoot. Headset power low. I forgot. I forgot to plug in my, the power charger thing. I'm gonna do that right now. You can hear the sounds. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. Alright, I'm plugging it in. My immersion. Imagine immersion. Imagine being immersed in a street. Oh god, what does that sound? Okay, I'm plugging it in. It is now plugged in. Now I'm turning on the power. There it is. Let me pick up my hands. Check it out. Here's my hands. I've picked up my hands. Yeah, me digging through the box. How long is your hair now? Mine is the longest it's been in a decade. I got a haircut on Sunday. So it is the shortest it's been in 2.5 years. Get the box. Check it out. We got the box. The box right here. Right here. Internet. Did I do it for work? No. I did it because I wanted to. Because I was outside, and I was like, you know, I might as well. You could check the stream on Monday for additional context. We talked about it. Talked about getting a haircut. I would recommend it. It's nice to have short hair now. Even earlier on this stream, I was talking about how this is the first time I put on my VR headset with short hair, and it's so much nicer. I don't have to like move my hair out of the way. It's convenient, it's nice. Everything is cool. Like literally, it's cool. Xjob went bald a couple years ago. What is that like? Once you cut it short, you gotta keep coming. No, you don't. Once you cut it short, you can just grow it out again. And then, like, in 2 years, you could get another haircut. Because if you apply that logic, you know, people that... The fact that I got haircuts before the pandemic, doesn't that mean that I could never grow out my hair? But then I did. Buzz cuts are fun if you can own them. I don't know. I don't even know. You guys ever worry like, you know, like what if my head looks weird when I'm bald, right? I forget who it was. I was watching someone else's stream and they were talking about this. And they were like, I wouldn't mind going bald, but like, I don't know, like, what if my head is shaped weird if you don't have hair? And I was like, I never thought about that. I'm just like, yeah, what if my head looks really freaking weird? What if there's like a bump on it? And it's only noticeable if you're bald. Never getting a buzz cut. I'm sure like at some point, if you're like old enough, you start balding a lot. You know, it'll just happen naturally, possibly. I just gotta rock the bump. Possibly also true. Because, like, at the end of the day, who really cares, right? Who even cares? Not me. Most people, you know, when they see a bald person, it's probably just like, oh, that guy's bald, and then, like, that's it. They're not like, oh, this guy's freaking ugly, wow, I can't believe this guy. This guy's so hideous. No, they're just like, this guy's got no hair. That's fine. That's fine. Time to buy a wig. Just cut it off at that point. I'd rather be bald than look like I got hit by too much radiation. What's wrong with the radiation though? That's nothing wrong with radiation. Everyone out here is getting irradiated. Getting hit by the lasers. Sorry, I said I was gonna stop trying to catch the big fish, and I still keep trying to do it. I don't think I've ever caught a fish with this salmon. Like, I remember I probably bought this like I probably bought this salmon like several months ago, like 5 months ago. Every time I try to use it, it just never works. Maybe it's just because I'm fishing outside. Like, maybe there's some fish that are in the cave or like over there. But for now, it's fine. I want to be plutonium. The radiation. You guys ever seen plutonium? Okay, I might as well go into nighttime mode because it's about that time. Whoa. There we go. Now it's suddenly nighttime. Got the stars up there. You can sort of see the stars. It's nice. Good times out here on the lake. Going to be enriched and be in subcritical plutonium enriched content. It's been raining. It's been raining for the last, like, at least half hour, I think. I didn't even know. Well, what about the sounds? Don't you hear the sounds? Didn't you hear the lightning? The thunder, I mean? You guys know the difference between lightning and thunder? Lightning is the light. That's the easiest way to remember. Lightning is the light. Thunder is the sound. And that's how you know. Because the lightning is the light. Thunder is a Pokemon move. Do you guys know that Thunder has 100% accuracy if it's raining? It's got 70 if it's not raining. But if it is raining, it's guaranteed to hit. I know this. I know some things about Pokemon. That's one of them. That's one of the things I know. Put that in the bank of useful information in your head. So every time someone asks you, if someone asks you how thunder works, you can be like, I know. Rain. Rain Dancer? I don't even play Pokemon. I only know because someone has mentioned it before. I don't even know what Swift Swim is. What even is that? This guy knows Pokemon metas. You guys know Pokemon meta? I don't. Okay, we're gonna catch the regular fish. Ow, I keep bumping into things. Guys like the watch collection? They're floating. Got a bunch of rings. Got some cans. Check out these cans. Whoa. Dude, how are they floating? Alright, we got a fish. Got the fish right here. We're fishing. For some reason, I feel more dehydrated than usual. I don't know what it is. It's like it's not even the 7 p.m. mark, and I already feel like I should be hydrating. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna hydrate 5 minutes ahead of schedule. Okay. I've completed hydrating. I'm now hydrated. Wolf do be having all the time. Yeah, literally all the time. Literally all the time. Electrolytes. No, we got the thunder. We got the electricity. It's already electric lighting. The lights are out here. We got the thunder. We got the Electrode, the Pokemon. Okay. Well, I got nothing else to talk about, so what have you guys been up to? What's going on in your life? That's right, you the viewer, you the chatter, the person listening to this right now. Now is your time to post text that I can react to live on stream as a streamer. It's a streamer who is out of content to talk about. Printing and Zelda. How long is that Zelda game anyway? Like, everyone is streaming it, but how long will they be streaming it for? Stanley's eating the dinner. I hope it's a good dinner. Got the text. We have to help run a convention this Saturday. What convention is that? What even conventions are going on? Is that a rhythm game convention? It's a burrito with tofu and kangaroo. I remember, we talked about kangaroo hunting. You know, hopefully it tastes good. Kangaroo and tofu, classic combination over there, probably. I didn't hunt it. Well, I didn't say you did, but we talked about the act of hunting kangaroos over there. Nothing much, just doing homework. Hopefully the homework goes well. Is expecting to be... What the heck? Man, that fish was on this side. Suddenly it went over there. The Cheese University Club ran a con each year. Last time, 2019. Did all the planning and led the volunteers. I forgot that universities sometimes have conventions, like, happen, like, within them. That's kind of cool. I'm worried if they got all the ducks lined up in a row. Sometimes, you know, when new people are in charge, you know, they forget some things. Yeah, all the ducks are right there. Literally all of them. See, did I know it's halal but not kosher? I still don't really know what halal and kosher are. Because, like, I don't have those requirements, so every time I see, like, a notification on a food that is like, you know, this food is halal, this food is kosher, I'm like, it doesn't affect me. But that's cool. It's cool that it is. Is halal, like, not pork products? Is kosher, like, is, like, blessed by someone? I don't actually know. Kosher salt? What's that? Was it used to run a club? It was a club for hunting sausages? What does that mean? How do you hunt sausages? Tell me there's wild sausages out there just roaming? I say, it didn't help that I didn't / couldn't give them assistance throughout the year with full-time job and all of that. Do they still contact you to help out with the convention? I guess because you used to run it, right? You did the planning. Also, welcome Ron Yakumo. Kosher is under Jewish traditions, halal is Islamic. Well, yeah, I knew that much at least. I just don't know, like, the specific details. But yeah, it doesn't affect me, so... See, the meat can't be bloody, so the kosher salt helps remove it. I see. Isn't it true that, like, when you have beef, the red stuff that looks like blood is not actually blood? It's like some other thing. Everyone thinks it's blood. You're hunted free sausages? What even does that mean? Not Jack says, I'm the server owner so I can spy on their convos. Oh, did they coordinate on Discord? You're just on the Discord as an admin? I forgot that people coordinate stuff on Discord nowadays. I think we talked about this like yesterday even. I run weekly meetings for anime viewings. Oh, they're doing watch-alongs in the Discord? If people were giving out free food, we signaled to the group where the food was. Oh, is that kind of thing? Yeah, actually, when I was in college, and also in my previous, well, in some workplace, a previous workplace, I think we had like a Slack channel for like free food. So like every time someone was done with a meeting, they're like, hey, they're done with this meeting, there's like free pizza in there. And everyone would just rush over. Anime club, what did I expect? I don't know. I mean, I've never been in an anime club, so I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I guess they watch anime, but like, you know, when I was in a club, Discord wasn't at the, everything was in person. Also, welcome Zoli. Did I welcome you? Were you here earlier? I feel like you weren't here. But welcome. It's a club, not a notice board. Anime club is a mixed bag. I don't think my high school even had an anime club. Or my college. Like, all of my high school and my college, they were all pretty small. There weren't even that many people that would have been interested. But even then, like, I didn't really see the point of joining clubs. Yeah, I would just go home. I used to be in person before 2020. True. It does make sense. Yeah, what the? Yeah, hashtag no filter. I feel like I've been like much more filtered recently. Like I'm not on stream, but like on Twitter. Like I don't even tweet anymore. People don't even know what's going on in my life unless they tune into my streams. It's wacky. Did I hydrate? I did. I hydrated 5 minutes early. I know. I totally did. I would never forget. Home enjoy. True. I do enjoy being at home. Yeah, see, unfortunately that caused me out of my patience near the end of my graduation. Needed to leave it behind. Deluge of people. I feel like I would not enjoy managing a large groups of people. You know, having to be a moderator, especially for like an in-person thing, right? If you're a moderator online, you can kind of just like, you can ban someone, right? But then you probably don't have to deal with them. But if it's like, it's in person and it's like, you know, this guy, you literally see them in person like every day. That must be weird. You literally cannot avoid them. They'll just show up. There's nothing you could even do about it. Twitter's for promotion? It depends. People have different uses for Twitter. I used to use it for socializing. Not anymore, though. Times have changed. I can't even manage my own self. So true. Imagine managing things. Imagine being a manager. That must suck. Like a lot of times if you're doing software engineering, if you apply for a job, sometimes if you're just like an individual contributor, sometimes the manager will ask you like, okay, what are your preferences? Do you want to become like go into like a managerial role or continue to just develop stuff? And I'm always like, I do not want to manage people. I just want to write code. I just want to design stuff. And they're always like, okay, that's cool. Managing people, that's not, that requires a different set of skills and interests. And I am not interested in that. Miss the Internet of Things tweeting about mundane things. Yeah, Twitter used to be just like people saying, hey, check out what I ate for lunch today. Here's the sandwich I ordered. And now it's like people are just like, Twitter has just gone off the rails. How did that happen? Like, remember before Twitter didn't even have images? Hashtags weren't even an official thing. When you @ someone, it wasn't even a thing. It was like a convention. Not like an anime convention, but like a convention that's like, people just agree to do it this way. And now people are updating, they're posting videos. You got advertisements, quote retweets. It's too much. Yeah, micro. You got the micro, you got the macro. Why does my manager always tell me I'm doing a good job but then hold back a raise? Why don't you ask your manager? Do you ask them why they're holding back the raise? I mean, when I was at my previous job, it's because they were like, I don't know, they were holding off on doing raises for a while. And so they were like, oh yeah, you've been doing a great job. We can give you a role of staff engineer if you want. But we can't approve the salary increase for now. And then I just said, don't even give me the role. Just promote me when the money is there. And it took like it took like a year and a half or 2 years for that to actually happen. So that was something. We got different reasons for doing things. Usually for money. I'll ask you, unless my manager is in the stream, they give you more responsibility but no remuneration. I feel like the roles at the company, like I never care about the title. Right? They would say, oh yeah, staff engineer is supposed to do this stuff, they're doing this stuff. But it was like, I was already doing that. Everyone was already doing that. That's why I quit. No, that's not why I quit. I quit because on-call sucked. I didn't want to be woken up at like 3 a.m. every few weeks when I was on call. Because the infrastructure was having issues and no one really knew what they were doing. I quit my previous job because I was like the only one left that really knew what they were doing. All the other people had left in the past few months. And I'm just like, I don't feel like dealing with this. And then I left. And now I'm here. Now I'm here. Out here on a lake. Every Wednesday. Twitch.tv. Good times. Just catching fish. That's my life now. Just failing to catch the fancy big fish. They refuse to take the bait for some reason. Yo, look at these fish. They're all stacked up. They're all in a stack. New York Lakers. What even is the New York Lakers? They're the basketball team, right? I know. I've heard of that term. The Lakers. Are they even on a lake? Why do they even name them the Lakers? We don't even know. We simply do not even know. Lake date. Yeah, Lake knows. Both of these lakes. The lake. When was the last time you guys have been on a lake? I feel like it's been a while. Do I have plans? I do not. I have no plans, like, basically at all anymore. I don't know. What the heck just happened? Do you guys hear that? What? Wait, what was that? Something fell into the water. And I don't know what it was. Got money somehow. Yeah, something I saw the text show up. Got money. Also, welcome Nanodan. It's been a while since I've been on the lake. Yeah, I don't even know. Have I ever even been on a lake? Drop my phone. No, my phone is right here. It's in my pocket. It's literally right here. You guys can't see it because I'm in VR. But my phone is right here. It is guaranteed right here. Things will stay the same on Sunday. What's happening? He's hanging the brain on the Saturday. What does that mean? Is that a song? Is that a reference to a song? Been on a lake, but not on the lake. Yeah. Common thing to be on the lake. You usually got to be on a boat. It's advanced. That's advanced tech. Boating. Sometimes you're on a ship. They call it boating, but like if you're on a ship, they don't call it shipping though, right? It's only called shipping if you're like transporting like goods. What's the deal with that, huh? Or is shipping if you're like, you know, romantically shipping two characters together? Could be worse. You could be in the lake. So true. So true. Wolfie of the Lake, what is your wisdom? I don't know. I don't even know. You guys been on those swan boats you sit inside and pedal before? I have not. But I think in Central Park they actually have those. I don't know if it's like a swan, but there are boats you can rent. It would go... It's not a lake, but it's like a body of water. And also, yes, I don't know when a pond becomes a lake. I'm sure there's like a actual requirement somewhere. The size. Maybe it's like the rivers that flow out of it or into it. He's so great. This guy is so great. He doesn't even know. Socrates? No. Socrates. They're kind of lame. I need to paddle like a man. I'm always worried, like, that it'll tip over. Right? You guys ever worry about this? If you're on a boat? If it's like a small boat, like this boat, right? What's stopping this from just tipping over? I mean, other than the fact that we're in VR and it wasn't programmed to do this. If this was real life, right? It could just like, you know, it could tip over. I can swim. I thought I could. I used to know how to swim. And then when I went to Japan one time and I was like at a pool, I was like, oh yeah, I took swimming lessons in high school. I remember how to do this. And then I tried and then I was like, nope. I cannot do it. Totally forgot. Oh man. That's fine. I'm not even anywhere near like a large body of water. You know, I don't imagine myself being on a real lake at any point. In the ocean even. Not even a concern. So crazy. I got recommended a YouTube video today of I think it was in Japan. There was like a boat. There's like a bridge, and this guy was doing like a tour boat thing, and he was like, as he was going under the bridge, but then as the passengers went under the bridge, the guy in charge he climbed over the bridge, and then he like walked around. Maybe I can just show you guys if I can find it. Let's go on YouTube after I catch this fish. Yeah, Gondola Man. Is that a well-known video? It had like 19 million views. Yeah, you guys have seen it. Everyone has seen it. You guys know. Isn't New York a port? Probably. Isn't every big coastal city a port? Let's see, maybe you just had an off day. Maybe the gravitation pull is heavy over there. For what? Hold on, I'm gonna find this video. We're gonna do a watch along. Gotta watch, let's, how do I search for this? Let's go to Firefox. Okay, YouTube. Okay, we're gonna search for, Japanese gondola bridge. Japanese gondola guy goes over bridge. Japanese tourist boat bridge. Not this. No, not this guy. This guy right here. Okay, check out this one. Hold on. We're refreshing this. So here's a guy. He climbs up, and then he goes back on the boat. Check that out. That's pretty cool. I hate the narration though. Like the guy narrating this video is not adding anything to it. I would have preferred to watch the video without the voiceover. Actually, let me just link it. You guys can watch this. There's like a lot of channels where all they do is they repost popular videos, and then they narrate what's happening in the video as if it wasn't obvious enough if you just watched the video yourself. It's like, oh yeah, this guy, he's climbing the boat. He went on the bridge and then he jumped back on the bridge. Well, it's like, yes, I can see that. I can see that in the video. That is exactly what happened. And it's got like 1 billion views. 1 million upvotes. It's so many upvotes. But that's a cool video. When I saw that video, I was like, oh, how does it not flip over? You know, how does he know how to land exactly there? Right? What if he mistimed his jump and he fell in the water? would those boat passengers like be screwed? Would they like, you know, how would he even work? I guess he probably knows how to swim. It'd be weird if he did not know how to swim. He asked it. Yeah, I would simply, if I was the boat, I would simply not flip. I would simply remain upright. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I wonder if any of the passengers were concerned. They're like, this guy who's rowing the boat, he just left. He just disappeared. And then he came back. We knew it. We knew he would come back. He would never abandon us. He's just such a pro. What a professional. Pro gamer right there. Bam. Shorts are a great conversation starters. Yeah, all I do nowadays is I watch YouTube shorts that are recommended to me. And then I'm just like, that was a cool video. And then sometimes I talk about it on stream. What if he did that to troll the passengers? I don't know. I'm sure he does it often. That can't be like the first time he's done it. What if it was the first time he did it? Like what if he didn't know whether he could do it? He was just like, you know, what if I just like did this? I don't know if it succeeds. It just happened to get caught on camera. Say, look, those ice cream salad guys. Oh yeah, those people that have like the POV. The POV, I'm in the app at the ice cream store. This is how we do stuff. Or do you mean those guys in like Turkey? They have like the huge ice cream cones and then they flip them upside down. They get people to try to grab it and they move it out of their hands. Like those guys? Is that what you're referring to? Because I've seen many of those videos. And they always get upset when the person actually tries to grab the ice cream back and they actually succeed. It's like, you weren't supposed to do that. We were supposed to do it a funny way. I love those. So funny. Yeah. You failed to catch a fish. Wait, how did the radio... What the heck happened here? How did the radio get knocked over? What even is happening here? $52. That was only $52. Am I going to play... You mean Honkai Star Rail? No, that's a gacha game. I don't play gacha games. Imagine playing gacha games. Not me. I don't do that. That's not my life anymore. Moneybag Wolf disappeared. I thought you said disappeared. Disappointed with the cost of fish. No, with the monetary value has gone down. Or in fact, it stays the same, but due to the rising costs of other materials, it's not even worth the same anymore. Why do people ask about gacha games? Where are you? Where do you think you are? Yeah, what even? You think I would stream? You think I would play Genshin Impact? Play Honkai Star Rail? You think they're gonna make a Honkai Moon Rail? They got the Star Rail. What about the Moon Rail? What about the Sun Rail? There's so many possibilities. They're in space. That doesn't even make sense. These rail. Both of these rails. Both Both of those. Full disclosure, I might give Uma Musume a try, but literally once, that's a bit. Do you see that? I think I saw a thing that said Konami is suing Uma Musume for something. I think they copyrighted some system where like you get stats in the game. You do like a training thing and you get stats, and they're like, Uma Musume, you train your characters, they get stats, that's fricked up. Can't do this. So I think they started suing them. And I don't know the details, but I saw people talking about it. What even are they doing? Let's see, I think they're doing it like Legend of Zelda, what? On DS. What was Honkai Impact? I know Honkai Star Rail is like related to Honkai Impact, probably. What even is that series about? It's like sci-fi, it takes place in space. Konami. Nintendo doesn't want to sue fan games, but if they don't, they could lose copyright. It's like how Monster tried to sue Pokemon for using the word monster. I think they just did that because they knew they would lose the lawsuit, but they do it to prove that they're trying to protect their copyright. So that if you don't, it gets taken away from you. Honkai Star Rail is about trash cans. I don't know the lore enough. Honkai Impact about suffering. The impact. I don't know, but I will not play it. I don't have interest in that. The company Immersion is suing Valve over the Steam Deck Rumble. What is Immersion? I've never heard of this company. Plenty of companies have to deal with threats to their copyrights, none do it with as such vitriol as Nintendo. Imagine getting sued by Nintendo. Wasn't there a guy named Bowser who got sued? He got sued for like running a piracy website or something? For hosting ROMs online. Not even Doug Bowser. It's a different Bowser. Was it John Bowser? I think Disney is worse. Imagine dealing with copyright. It's John Bowser. Had to be John Bowser. Bowser Jr. Ugh. You're gonna sell one fish. $6.28, that's pretty good. For this one fish, that's good value. Oh. Okay, we got another fish. I'd rather be copy wrong than deal with copyright. What about copy left? Copy left is actually a thing. It's a type of license. Copy left license is real. What about copy center? Copy middle? Copy top left, copy bottom right. I feel like we haven't heard this song. Or at least not as much. I feel like I don't hear this song as much as the other ones. Also, welcome Lord Kosera. Copy justify, copy borrow. What about copy up, copy front? What about all the directions? Copy that. Coffee maker or coffee drinker? What? Copy backwards. Copy bara, copy. Copy far, copy near. Welcome your curtain. Copy wrong. We mentioned that. Copy wrong was mentioned right there. Right there, right here. Copy past and copy future. I used to think copy pasta was pronounced copy pasta until I heard someone pronounce it. Like, oh, pasta, like the like that noodles. I thought that people were just saying copy paste, but like in a funny way. But no, it says pasta. Copy rigatoni. It took me a long time to think of a different type of noodle. Copy bow tie pasta. Good times. Prego. Classic tomato sauce. It's out there. It's out there. Copy macaroni. Macaroni and cheese. You ever think about macaroni, like macaronian? People say macaroni and cheese. What about macaronian? From the region of macaroni. I mean, copy pasta derives from copy and paste, so it's just people morphing the pronunciation. Yeah, but I used to think that it was copy pasta. GIF. No, don't get me started on GIF. You know, the fact that you spell it with a J to say that it's GIF really tells you all you need to know. GIF. GIF is a brand of cleaning product. It is also peanut butter, right? GIF peanut butter. So welcome to Utowo. Exactly. It's freaked up. I don't care that the guy who invented the image format says it's pronounced GIF. What does he know? He doesn't know. He just makes it up. Just because he thinks it's GIF doesn't mean it has to be. It's an abrasive scrubbing cream. Don't mix it up. Jif the clean. Is it an Australian product? Exactly. Don't put Jif with a J. If it was supposed to be pronounced Jif, you would have called it Graphics. Graphics interchange format. Makes no sense. Griffith created the brand of the hawk, but doesn't mean what he did was right. What? Regular expression. It's obviously regex for regular expression. Imagine called God, Jod, Ann's losing the right to enter the pearly gate. John. Classic Gava. Yeah, it's obviously has a regular expression for regex. Regexp. Yeah, GIF. You guys prefer GIF? Smooth peanut butter or chunky peanut butter? I've always preferred chunky. I like the chunky in the peanut butter. I'm fine with smooth, but sometimes it's a bit too smooth. Yeah, chunky. Let's go. Lost my bearings over GavaScript. I think there's no real debate around Berserk. What? What's that about? Chunky for food, smooth for drinks and sauce. I guess that does make sense. If you're like drinking something like a peanut butter smoothie is probably a thing. I like chunky if it's like in a sandwich. Peanut butter jelly sandwich. I've never had peanut butter besides chunky. There's not too much reason to. Exactly. Geeses. Berserk is one of the best managed of the 20th century and part of the what? Oh, manga. Manage. I've never read it. I just know that Dark Souls was partially based on Berserk. They got the great sword in it. Everyone loves it. Yeah, the plural, you gotta say manga. It's not mangas. Right? I could misread mangas as, it looks like it says mangas. Right? You got the man and you got the gas. What's up with that? It wasn't even too chunky, it was more like grainy. The peanut butter that you've had. Powdery peanut powder. I noticed peanut butter jars are like mason jars. The lids lift to mason jars. Peanut butter glass jars. I've never had peanut butter like in a glass jar. I've only had it in like the plastic, you know, the typical plastic, you know, I guess that is a jar, but not glass. Peanut powder is good. Is it good though? Spaghetti sauce jars are also mason jars. Maybe, possibly. Anyway, I'm feeling dehydrated again. I don't know what it is. Something, maybe, I don't know, I'm just dehydrated. I'm gonna hydrate again. I know this is a weird time to hydrate, but I gotta do it. Alright. Voice sounds raspy today? See, that's what I think. Every time I talk and then I think like, oh yeah, my voice sounds different to me. And then sometimes people are like, you sound the same today. But to me, I also feel like my voice sounds raspy. But I don't know if I was just imagining it. Glad to know it's not just me. Yeah, that dehydration. It is getting warmer though. Like it's gonna be June. Like in a few days. And by a few days I mean like 2 weeks. But it do be warm. That dry air, exactly. Why is Ratatouille the best movie of all time? I've never seen it. I've never even seen Ratatouille. Did I eat something salty today? Let me try to remember what I ate. I don't even remember what I ate today. Oh no, I had rice and there was some pork. So yeah, probably. Anyway, I guess that'll be it. That'll be it for today's stream. I don't log seek my food. Nope. Unfortunately not. Well, let's see what day today is. Today. Okay, let's see. We got National Walnut Day. We got many days. Employee Health and Fitness Day. Graduation Tassel Day, Idaho Day. Mushroom Hunting Day. Pack Rat Day. World Hypertension Day. World Information Society Day. Track every single thing you eat in 50 calorie increments. Hypertension? Yeah, hypertension, if you guys are not aware, it doesn't tell you what it is. Okay, just raise awareness of it. It prevents strokes. Or something, I don't know. Okay, let's do National Walnut Day, I guess. It's just high blood pressure. Sure, National Walnut Day raid. And let's see who's streaming. You can watch ChocoJax do art. Hamflow is probably streaming Wind Waker, right? Yep. There he is. Okay, who else? Derma stream. You guys can watch Derma. He's playing Devil May Cry 3. I will raid someone. But who? But who? Who even to raid? Pizza Guy. Hold on. Is anyone streaming this game that I'm playing right now? Any catch and release streamers? Nope, it's just me. Okay. I don't know. Grimmy's she's Grimmy's birthday, I guess. Sure, why not? Last rated 341 days ago. That's almost a year. Alright, well, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with Dark Souls 2. Yeah, it has been a while. Her channel's been popping off. Look at those numbers. I remember like a year ago. It's a long time. It was a long time ago. But yeah, tomorrow Dark Souls 2. Friday Miku Picross again. Saturday Hitman as usual. And that's it. I know I said last time that might be the last episode of Mario Picross, but I think maybe we'll play one more. You know, maybe this Monday we'll play Mario Picross again. We'll see what the EX levels are like. They probably require a lot of, maybe too much thinking, but we'll try. We'll give it one stream. Yep. Anyway, the raid's gonna go. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.